Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So it's official, I'm married! Yay! It only took me like 3 years because of COVID, but we got there. As I promised, I would come on and I would do an update. And yes, you've probably noticed I've changed the hair. I think I'm having a little bit of a midlife crisis. No, I'm joking. I just thought, you know what, after the wedding, why not? Something different. And yeah, I'm kind of feeling it at the minute. So it's only semi-permanent, so we'll see. Anyway, let's just do a little recap of what's been going on. So I've got married. I couldn't believe it. I felt amazing. I gobsmacked everybody with my wedding dress. Nobody expected me to wear that kind of style. I am going to upload some photos for you all to see as well, because I know that a lot of you girls and guys are waiting for photos. I still haven't had my professional photographer photos back yet, but once I do, I will upload some of those too. As many of you know, well, I can't get my words out today. As most of you know, I am coming up to my year of my post-op bypass. Yeah, on the 30th of this month, and I can't believe I'm 9 stone down. Like, I uploaded a photo onto our Met yesterday and I couldn't believe the amount of people that sent such lovely comments, and I've had lots of friend invites, I've had lots of messages. I don't know if some of you know, but I have got a TikTok account.
Watch me drop 8.5 stone to get my dream wedding dress.
Which I do a lot of my videos on there of how obviously my body's changed, and that seems to be growing quite well, and I have quite a lot of questions posted asking about things on there. So if you want to give my TikTok a follow, I will add that onto this video too. So let's just have a talk. A whole year. I mean, if somebody would have said to me in army, coming up to your year post-op, you will be 9 stone, I would have laughed. I would have never ever have believed them. And the fact that I am 9 stone lighter and I'm now 10 stone 2 just wows. It just wows me. I'm maintaining my weight, which I am so happy with. I seem to only put on a pound and lose a pound, so I'm anything between 10 stone 1 and I can go up to like 10 stone 3 or 4, but majority of the time I am 10 stone 2, which I am completely happy with. Dumping doesn't seem to really be happening now, not that it really did anyway, but I have noticed, like I said to you from previous, I have noticed that I can tolerate more sugary foods now. And you know, today me and Finley went to the cinema and I did have some of his popcorn, and I still wait half an hour to have a drink, and I waited my half an hour, and then I did have the Tango Ice Blast, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I was perfectly fine with all of those things. My wedding day was a different situation. So the day before, me and my bridesmaids and my family stayed at the venue the night before, and we went out to the Harvester. Well, I don't know if it was because we'd been drinking wine during the day, but when it comes to me having my meal, I had Hunter's chicken, but I had the children's portion. So I had Hunter's chicken, sweet potato fries and the salad, and I was so embarrassed. I probably had 3 mouthfuls and I could feel this pain here, and my sister looked at me and she was like, "Are you okay, Harriet?" And my mum went, just take it slowly, you're okay. And the lady came over to the table and she was like, "Is everything okay?" And I felt obliged to tell her that I'd had weight loss surgery, because there was nothing wrong with the food, but I knew there was going to be no way I could eat anymore because I was getting that feeling, and it didn't wreck the rest of my night, but I couldn't finish that food. We had to leave early from there, and I come home and I had about 10 minutes lie down, and it was fine after. But that then put that paranoia into my head, and on the day of my wedding I had my breakfast, but then I didn't eat none of my wedding food, which I was really upset about, to be honest. But it was because I was paranoid, because I thought if I have a wobble, I don't want it that I've got to go and, you know, sit in my room and have 10 minutes, half an hour lie down while my guests are all enjoying themselves. So for starters, we had the garlic mushrooms on brioche toast. I literally probably had a mouthful of my garlic mushrooms. And then for the main, we had lamb. I had a mouthful of that, and I thought that's enough. And then my favourite ever, and he does the most amazingest bread and butter pudding I've ever had, and on our trial Michael even was like, we're having this, that send off, and I was over the moon because he doesn't normally like bread and butter pudding, and I didn't even try it. And I'm gutted because I was sat, it didn't bother me because I was talking to my mum, I was talking to Michael's parents, and, you know, nobody even noticed that I hadn't really eaten. But looking back now, that's what I regret, because I am, as you all know, I was such a massive foodie before, and the fact that now that has changed how I eat, you know, it is sad. And this is when it gets my back up when people say it's the easy way out, because it isn't. It's not the easy way out. You know, you can't eat, you can't drink at the same time. A year has passed and I still haven't touched a fizzy drink. And I'm not going to intend to either. You know, rules are rules and they're there for a reason. But people don't understand that. People don't understand that, you know, your taste buds change and you can't eat certain foods. You know, they just think you lose that weight like that. You don't. You have to still work for it. I had a lot of people comment on the Harriet group saying, how have you lost 9 stone and you've got no loose skin? I have got loose skin. Don't get me wrong, my arms, my legs, my bum, it's all fine. But my belly is a problem. I knew it was going to be. Obviously, if you look back on photos of me, videos of me, you can see I carried a lot of weight around my middle. I had an overhang. I had a C-section from having thin. So I knew that that was going to be, you know, an issue. But I can hide it well. You know, high-waisted pants. You wouldn't know. People say to me, you would never know that you've got loose skin, Harriet. You'd never know that your boobs aren't. Because, you know, you can get good bras. You can get good shapewear now. And to be honest with you, I was thinking about going to Harriet in December, and with us trying to buy a house, we want to sell obviously our apartment and we would like to move to a house. I've got to put my family first, and as much as that money is there, I want that to go towards my family and us moving and having that house that we've always wanted. I don't want to be selfish and think, well, actually I'm not happy with how my body looks, because in honesty, my body tells a story and I'm proud of that story I've been through. And yeah, you know, it's a story, isn't it? And I'm proud of how I look, and as much as I don't love how I look, I love it a lot more than what I was when I was nearly 19 stone. Sorry, I'm not meaning to get emotional. But yeah, and I'm proud of it, and I'm proud of how I've achieved it, and I am the happiest I've ever been. I wore a green dress the weekend. I will post that picture with this video. And I was really paranoid because I felt like I knew that I could see my belly. But when I sent the pictures to my friends and my family, they were like, you can't even tell you've got an overhang, Harriet. And as much as I felt really good wearing that dress, and I had hundreds of lovely comments on my Facebook post, I had to get paralytic because still this little anxiety, panicking, girl come out in me. So in the end I just got that drunk that I didn't give two shits what people thought of me. Actually, people wasn't probably thinking anything of me, but that was just the demon in my head. And the people that I did speak to actually were saying to me, God, I love your dress, where's it from? And you know, it's a very much, as I've said before, it's a lot of up here. And that's something that I do still battle with, and I probably will always battle with that. So my plastics will come, but at the moment it probably won't be until the end of next year, maybe the year after. I don't know, who knows? But that's in my head, that's what I'm telling myself. My body tells a story, and as long as I can hide it, that's all that really matters. Is there anything else I've got to tell you? Alcohol, I can drink now, perfect. I actually think I can drink better now than what I did previously. I know that sounds really silly, doesn't it? But yeah, I think I probably can. Well, let's put it this way. If I would have drunk a bottle of rosé on night out beforehand, I would probably have only been able to have 2 drinks and then I'd have been done for. And now I can easily drink a bottle of wine. And as I said in my previous post video, my new drink is a porn star martini. Wow, I couldn't tell you how many porn star martinis I had on the weekend. I probably had 12, 15. I was very drunk though. But yeah, I can probably hold my drink a lot better now. So that's obviously, wow, is it a bonus? I'm a bit more of an expensive a day, as Michael says. But yeah, it was nice to be out the weekend, enjoying my time with my friends. You know, we had a brilliant night. So alcohol, don't get me wrong, I'll probably suffer worse now with a hangover than what I ever did. And I know some people say that they don't suffer at all since having this bypass surgery. Well, that wasn't the case at all for me. Just a little recap. I know I've got a lot of new followers now on my YouTube page from obviously Instagram and from TikTok. And a lot of people have been saying to me, where did you go? How much did it cost? I do have a bit of a video breaking down things like that, but I went to Harriet Hospital in Turkey, and for everything including insurance and flights I paid just over £4,000, which, you know, from comparison from having that done in Turkey to going to the UK, it was looking at about 10k for me to have a bypass over here. I cannot recommend Harriet enough. I still speak to my coordinator, Denise. She's amazing. She sent me messages on my wedding saying how much of a princess I looked, and she wanted some new updated photos. And you know, they sent me a reminder to say that my blood tests were up this week, which I went for yesterday. I had right jabs. I had my COVID done in this arm, and then I had my yearly bloods in my other arm. So I was right in the jab for that day. But you know, not that I forgot, because I don't forget things like that, but I knew that I needed to do those blood tests. And then when I had that email come through, I was like, I need to do that. So I booked it. You know, a lot of people say you go abroad and what's their aftercare like? You know, it's a flight away. But anything that I've needed to inquiry about or I've needed to know answers to, they're literally on the end of a WhatsApp message. So I can't fault them for that. So I think that is everything. You know, me rambling on as always. If there's anything else you would like me to recap on or you'd like to know about, just let me know. I'll add, as I've said, I will add some pictures of my wedding. I will add my TikTok account. And yeah, if anybody would like to message me or would like me to do a video on certain topics, just let me know. Anyway, as always guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I couldn't talk then, for God's sake. The hair might have changed on the next video, but who knows. Anyway guys, Take care. Much love. Bye.